Although I'm taking my liberties with the accuracy on this, there will be plenty of details inside and out. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to MapleLeafCustoms in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:64 scale Hot Wheels Alfa Romeo GTV6 3.0. I stumbled upon this casting while traveling in Italy a little while ago, and thought when in Rome, do as the Romans do, so picked up this little Italian beauty. Gotta love an Alfa Romeo in any model, any size, any color, and this one's an eye-catcher like all the others. Mine's already got a rally livery on it, but I'm not going to be able to resist dressing that up a little bit, and I've got a few ideas in mind. Stay tuned to see what I do. With the rivets opened up, now I can take the casting off of the chassis. No surprises inside or out. Two regular posts in the front and back. Clear glass, for which I always give thanks. And a nicely detailed interior with a hidden engine. Definitely going to work on that. There's a plastic chassis with some plastic wheels, which always signals an opportunity for an upgrade to me. But I never throw out the originals. They'll get bagged and tagged and tossed into a bin for other projects. Not too much going on the undercarriage. And that's the whole kit. This is the first pick that I've found, and I thought it was a real racing car, but further investigation revealed it was just a Hot Wheels Boulevard release, which proves I don't get to see too many new cars over here. Although I did like the Quattrofolio green and white livery, so that necessitated I go in a different direction. As per usual, I do the bare metal detail work with a couple of different tools, starting with a Dremel attachment, followed by an abrasive brush, which just gives it a little bit nicer finish, before degreaser and primer. I think we're good to go with that. I sure appreciate each one of you following my hobby work here in Switzerland. By way of a couple of thumbnail pics, you'll see some upcoming custom projects I've got on the bench, and I hope you'll be back for each one of them. Why not get all subbed up so you don't miss any? It doesn't cost you a thing. Here's my new inspiration pick. I do like to go with a real car whenever possible, and this one was driven by Yves Loubet in the Tour de Corse WRC Group A in 1986, where he finished third. It's going to be the Rothmans number 14. I'm airbrushing on some Kaleido diamond white with a pearl gloss finish over top of the matte white primer. While that sets up in my dehydrator, I'm going to go to work on this interior by first clipping out the steering wheel and then removing the front bucket seats and the rear bench assembly too, leaving just the dashboard. I've got this piece of diamond plate from a former project to make my new floor. cut to size and sprayed in chrome. The 3D printed racing seat is next. I'll do that in red. I'll add a racing harness to that. I don't know why Hot Wheels put this nicely detailed engine in here, only to have it hidden because the hood doesn't open up on this casting. But seeing I'm on the inside, might as well give that some detail too. I put a new 3D printed steering wheel in front of my seat. And instead of two, where the navigator should be sitting, I decided to put a couple of other racing accoutrements for speed and safety. So I took some artistic license here, which I guess is my prerogative, but truthfully that deviates from the real car. The rally car version was powered by a 2.5 V6, producing 220 horsepower and weighing 1,100 kilograms. Here's the real car in action. Today's community shout-out goes to the YouTube channel Stout Creations, whom I invite you to visit by following the link I've left in the description of this video. I had to make my own bespoke color mix for the Rothmans blue, which is Kaleido blue, with just a drop of black in it to darken it up. Mix it in a cup, and the Kaleido paints can go right into your airbrush with no thinners or levelers. And they always come out looking so nice. I recently did the Rothmans racing livery on one of my Porsche castings. It's a hard one to do, in my opinion, but having learned from experience, I broke it down into a couple of different pieces. This ghost white decal is just the Rothmans Alfa Romeo script and the square number rondo. I did the red and gold stripes separately this time. I get all my graphics from Google Images, scale them to size, and print them on special water slide decal paper with my HP LaserJet printer. The real car? My car. It's always easiest working with a white background, of course. There are some small sponsor decals for the front and rear quarter panels. This is Yves Loubet's number 14 and race sponsor over the ghost white decals. And a pair of printed tail lights to catch the small lines, details, and colors. I went on a search for some more accurate wheels to match the original pair of real riders that were in chrome. So I just took the rubber tires off, sprayed them white, and I've got a pretty closely matching 5-spoke star set of wheels. Dry fit these parts together, and it's fast. Final touch is a couple of coats of gloss varnish by Kaleido to seal in the decals and give it a super shine. Here's everything all laid out now, ready for reassembly. Decals are all done, as closely as I could approximate, given the different dimensions of the casting and the real car. I build my roll cages inside of the glass canopies to ensure a perfect fit. Looks the same in the end. That might be a tip for you. Here's my one-seater, diamond plate floor, detailed dash, new steering wheel, dressed up the engine, and the re-sprayed Real Rider tires. Parts generally go back together in the reverse order that they were disassembled in. So the glass and roll cage is followed by the interior, plastic chassis, figure out the front from the back, goes in next. Everything clicks into place. And I've got two Phillips head 256 size screws to lock it all down. Check the wheel rotation. And tighten up the front end. Finito. Burnout. Let's have a closer look. I'm very pleased with the finish that I got, and the matching wheels were a bonus. I tried to pick up all the details from the real car based on the Google images that I have, but again, the dimensions are not exactly the same, so you miss out on a couple of sponsor logos, but that's pretty close for a scale down size. Nobody's going to argue with you that the Alfa Romeo is a beautiful car. I simply gave mine a cosmetic makeover, based on the real WRC racer in Rothmans livery. I think I caught most of the important details, at least on the outside, and I sure had fun doing it. This is definitely a giveaway because there's no parts that can be broken off. All the 3D printed bits are safely inside. So I hope it'll bring enjoyment to someone, as I hope this video did for you. Thanks for visiting my channel again today. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.